Hi and welcome to the Work It's Personal podcast with me, Rowan Hammond. Today I was thrilled to be joined by Mike Baird, ex-Premier of New South Wales and now CEO of Hammond Care, who spoke passionately about connecting, not just as a leader, but as a human with the ability to bring people together for a common purpose. Truly great personal insight into a person connected to their purpose. Enjoy. What does leadership mean to you?
What does leadership mean to me? Look, to me, leadership is a capacity to bring people together to something that they couldn't achieve themselves. I think, there is a great capacity to think, as a leader in a far greater way than you can individually. So there's getting great people around you, but then forming a vision and a goal and an outcome and doing that together. To me, that's the key. I really think the best leaders are the ones that create a shared sense of vision, and every single person kind of on that team has a role to play to that vision. And as a collective, you're stronger than the one.
And who inspires you in that space? As a leader, who do you look around and go, wow, I've taken some of those elements from that person, this person?
Probably out of all of the leaders I met, the one that stands out and reflected on a key point, which I'll get to, was Joe Biden, actually.
All right.
And he, as the Vice President, was out here for a day, and I spent most of it with him. And so normally there's kind of meets and greets, and a few tidbits here and there, and funny quips, and take a photo and you move on. You don't,
Yep.
Whereas this was meaningful, and it was. We spoke about life and hurts and pains, and
He's had a few.
And he had a few, and he shared those really openly. And what was so striking about it to me was, here is one of the most powerful people in the world, that actually, in some remote country with a little province called New South Wales, he took time, to get to know me, and he was totally and utterly present. So that sense of humility, like just because he has that role, it was very clear he didn't feel, he was any more important than I was. And further than that, he actually took the time to be very present with me. And, that's always stuck with me. When I was at Regent College, this concept of presence, you can relate to people in kind of a very transactional way, or very holistic and all-in sort of way.
Yes.
And I think that sort of leadership is the most powerful. I mean, yes, there are tough decisions that need to be made, and that comes with leadership. But to bring people in, they're not there as the leader, they're there as the person. And you are not there as, an employee or a part of their picture, you are there as the person. And that deep sense of presence is something that I've tried, So whoever's there in front of you at this point in time, they're the most important person in the world. What are their dreams and aspirations? How can I help that? How collectively do we create, a vision of wherever we are working that we can achieve? But that's probably what stood out for me.